Alright, today we're going to talk about the alternatives of the typical small ball strategy of utilizing the sacrifice bunt when ultimately the leadoff hitter gets on base, and very early in the count the typical strategy is to simply lay down that sacrifice bunt. Here is a prime example of that specific strategy: runner on first base, nobody out, lay down a great bunt, show that bunt early, and just ensure you get that bunt down. Now, one of the most obvious options um, beyond the laying down the sacrifice bunt is the straight steal. Now, you want to take advantage of the straight steal when it's early in the count. Want to do it early in the count so when that runner does get to second base, the hitter still has a pretty decent count available to him to put a ball in play. When you have a quick runner at first base, you have a slow plate pitcher to the plate, doesn't have a slide step of any means, a poor catcher, or even a poor bunter. So here's an example of that specific situation. We got a quick runner, and the pitcher has a very slow action to the plate and a poor catcher, and we take that base quite easily. Now, one alternative available is not necessarily essentially giving yourself up as a hitter and showing a sac bunt early, but why not early in the count try a bunt for a hit? And that's the example we're about to show here. Do this. You can try to work the foul line when you're bunting for the hit. And if it does go foul, now you might be down 0-1 or 1-1, and then you could simply lay down your sac bunt at that point there. So here's a great example of a early in the count bunt down the third base line from a left-handed hitter, which results in a base hit. So now you have runners, and you can see the chaos it created in this case where the runner advances to third in that. So now you have runners at first and third, nobody out. Your chances of scoring are nearly 100% at this point. Now, another option to consider is, put the hitter on a take until at least one strike is thrown. All right. If you got a pitcher that's struggling out there, or a pitcher that likes to throw a first pitch curveball, what you can do is crowd the plate to increase your opportunity for a wild pitch, pass ball, or a walk. And then once he does throw that first strike, now sacrifice bunt or run your straight steal. So here's a very good example of a early in the count hitter does not swing, curveball in the dirt gets away, and there's now a runner at second base, nobody out, and you're off to a really good start in the inning. Next opportunity here is a fake bunt steal. In this case, you want to do this early in the count. Once again, you want to get deep in the box, crowd the plate, and show the fake bunt early. This hitter here, I think, could have shown it a little bit earlier, but we show just simply show the fake bunt, simply pull back, and give that runner an opportunity to take second base. Once again, great situation. Bunt shields are another option that are available. Once again, it's an opportunity just to crowd the plate, hang over the plate, shield the catcher, and what typically happens, or what commonly has happened, is you shield the catcher's view and the ball will get away. And there's an example where it gets away there. Here's another example where it will promote hit by pitches. Show it and you get hit by a pitch. And then here's a third example where, once again, showing the bunt and getting hit by a pitch. And now you're off to a great rally with runners at first and second, nobody out, and your chances of scoring in this inning are really good, well over 80%. An option now in this case is slash option. When it's an obvious sac situation, you can run slash or slash steal, and this can help advance the runner, create a lot of chaos, especially on a hard charging defense. And here's a situation here. This is a straight slash. It is not a slash steal. Show bunt early. Here comes your defense. Pull back. Slap the ball in play. And at this point here now, ball gets away from the left fielder, and they have runners at second and third, nobody out, when it could have been something much more advantageous to the defense. Here's another slash situation again. In this case, it's runner at second, but just wanted to show it. Pulls it back, puts it in play, advances the runner to third base, and ball almost gets away down the first base line. Here's one it's a bit unique. One may call it Bush League, but it's definitely something that can be done, and it was done in this situation here. Essentially, in a situation where you have two balls on you, on ball three, the hitter starts trotting down to first base, and the first base runner starts trotting down to second, and really has to sell it. Flip the bat, start jogging down there, catcher, umpire, everybody's confused, and your runner walks into second base, and there's your sacrifice, without giving up the out, and your hitter has now a ball three count on him, and the opportunity to drive him in or take a walk, and runners at first and second. So really, really unique way. Here's another one. This is one to cause some confusion. It really takes a catcher to recognize what the count is and what the drop third rule is. But it's drop third confusion. Always, in essentially, you can almost have this as a common strategy, is to always have hitters advance to first, regardless of the outs and base runners. It creates confusion for the catcher and an opportunity for runners to advance if a catcher doesn't realize the situation. So no matter the situation, and it really gets your hitters in the in the common, just if I see drop third, I run, and I don't really need to know the rule. So here's a really good example of that confusion. In this case, runner took off, ball gets away, hitter doesn't realize, oh my, it might be drop third. Drop third doesn't count here because first base was occupied, but the catcher makes the throw. If the second base runner was paying attention there, he could have advanced to third in that situation. So here's another example of a drop third situation. In this case, it's hard to tell if the catcher recognized what was going on here because the ball gets away so far. But to have a catcher in a drop third recognize when that runner takes off that he can throw to second and not first while the hitter is running to first base is one that takes one heck of a catcher to recognize this. And then finally, here's another really good drop third situation where the catcher does an outstanding job. Runners at first and second, drop third, hitter takes off to first, and catcher realizes, no, you're not going to take third base on me. So that was a really great job there. Just some another one here that's a good example. This is enticing catchers to backpick to first, and then you do this by runner taking the extended secondary. When the catcher throws to first, the runner immediately breaks for second, and if that runner's taking the inside line, he'll either take a ball in the back or really make it tough for that first baseman to essentially relay that ball from first to second and get it tagged down to make the out. So here's a really good example. Snap throw to first, good transfer, ball hits the runner, and now you got second base. Acts just like a sack without giving up the out. And then here's another one here, and if the runner would have just recognized in this situation he's backpicked, if he would have just taken off and not jogged in this case, not slowed down, I think he walks into second base no problem. And I'll play that one again because one thing you want to recognize here is watch over here this first baseman, and it's right-handed first baseman, how he needs to turn his back to the runner because he has no idea if the runner is coming back to first base or if he's directly taking off to second. So for a first baseman to go try and make a tag, then recognize the runner is not there, and then throw to second, it takes a really, really a long time, and I don't think there's any chance whatsoever you can throw out that runner at second base. All right, and then finally, this is one, and this is more basic, but this is one where you just simply take a one-way lead. You, as a first base runner, you're diving back to first. Okay, you get an extended lead, but you're really trying to entice the pitcher to pick over, and hopefully the ball gets thrown away. Now, in this case, the ball almost gets thrown away, but it is an option that can be considered. So, thanks for listening. Have a good day.